One person in the room. Evening, whoever that is. 2 people in the room. Evening. 3 people in the room. Boom. Hello, everyone. Oh, we've lost one already. Oh, no, we've gained 2. 4 people in the room. Hope everyone's feeling good this evening. You're going to do a nice stretch out, a few little mobility exercises. Good. On the chat feature, my usual Gold Star regulars, my very own mum and dad are in the house tonight. I'd say thanks for joining us. Lovely to see you. All right, let's get started. So, just going to start off with, set my timer up. Going to start with some marching tonight, just to get ourselves going. Really bringing those knees up. Get the arms moving as well. Let's get ourselves a little bit lively for this Wednesday evening stretch. Let's get the blood flowing around the body. And then bring it into some heel flicks. So you're just flicking the heels up 1 foot at a time. Do a little turn around if you want. Take in the 4 walls that we spend so much time looking at these days. Okay, good. And back into our marching for another 30 seconds. Getting the knees up, nice 90-degree angle with the knees. Okay, good. And now we're going to go into our arm circles. So we're going to do 1 arm at a time and just circle it round the body, right up past your ear, and take it back as far as you can. Nice deep breaths as you do it. And feel a nice stretch in the armpit and the shoulder as you bring it round. And then change into the other arm. Nice, slow and steady rotations just to really loosen out the shoulder joint. Okay, and straight into our first stretch, the shoulder stretch. So bringing the arm across and then pulling it into your body. So you're feeling the stretch from the shoulder and the upper arm. Taking the hand behind the back if you want to feel the stretch a little bit further. Then relax it off, give your arms a shake, and the other hand comes across. Pull it into your body. And same thing again, take the hand down the shoulder if you want to lengthen that stretch a little bit. Okay, good. Shake it off a little bit. And we're going to go into our shoulder shrugs. So shoulders right up under the ears and then really let them drop to the floor. Bring them right up below the ears and then really feel like someone is down towards the floor. And just really look at extending that movement as much as you can. And now put a bit of a roll into it. So now do an actual shoulder roll. So now rotate your shoulders in a circle movement. Really squeeze the shoulder blades together as you come back. Roll them forwards. Good. And now all we're going to do is clasp your hands behind you and straighten your arms if you can, just to feel a stretch across the top of your chest. If you need to, grab yourselves a little towel, a t-shirt, a pillow, and hold on to that. If you want to feel, the stretch a little bit more, then just raising your arms up, but still standing up nice and straight. That's good. Then loosen them off and then bring them around in front of your body. So clasp your hands in front of you. Make sure that your elbows are bent. And then feel like you're trying to pull your hands apart, but you actually don't. Instead, you're just pulling your shoulder blades apart and just feeling a nice stretch across the top of your back, your shoulders, possibly a little bit in your neck as well. Okay, good. And then relax that off, give your arms a shake. Little bit of neck mobility now. So we're just going to look to our left and then looking to your right. And then keep turning your head to look to the left and to the right. Good. A couple more times on each side. And then into our next stretch. So from your head just being normal, tilt your ear to your shoulder. Have your hands down by your sides and feel a nice stretch along the side of your neck. Really feel like you're pulling your shoulders down towards the floor to lengthen that stretch. Then slowly come back up to the middle and then tilt your head down to the other side. Hey, Debs is in the house. Evening, Debs. And again to the other side. And then again to the other side. Okay, good. Now just going to go into our rowing for warming up the shoulders still. So arms out in front and then row back in. So arms are out in front. Bend the arms to 90 degrees. Elbows just go right past your body. You should feel like your shoulder blades squeeze together as your arms come back. When they go forwards, you should feel like you can feel a bit of a stretch. Stretch your arms forwards and then row it back in. So your shoulders round over and then your chest sticks out. And then take it into a bit of a higher row. So still the same movement, but now you're just coming up with your hands to shoulder height. Still breathing throughout. Good. Now just to round off our back, you're going to clasp your hands in front of you. And then turn so that your palms go away from you. And you're looking at your knuckles and lengthen your arms. So your arms are now straight out in front of you and you're looking directly at your knuckles. The palms are facing away. Shoulder blades are pulling apart. You're feeling a stretch across the top of your back. Good. Then just let your arms hang by the sides. Now starting to warm up the back. So we're just going to do our lean downs side bends, actually, these are called. They're not called lean downs at all. I don't know why I said that. Completely made that up there. Side bends. So just sliding the hand down the leg towards the knee. Keeping yourself straight. So you're not leaning forwards or back as you do this. You're just moving in one plane. Couple more each side. Okay, and now into our twist. So now with your hands in front of you, just twist to the side and then twist all the way the other side. Make sure that your feet are not moving. Your feet stay pointing forwards. So do your knees. You're just twisting from the hips upwards. Allow your eyes to follow your hands around. Good. Last couple on each side. Okay, and now we're going to go into our roll down. So this is where we're standing up nice and tall, and we're just going to try and curl our spine down one vertebrae at a time. So we start by taking the chin to the chest, shoulders roll forwards, keeping your legs straight, tuck your tummy in, and just allow your arms to hang in front of you. Feeling a nice stretch all the way down your spine. Make sure you keep your legs straight. Do not bend the knees, so you can only go as far as that. If you feel like your knees are starting to bend, you've gone too far, so just raise it up a little bit. If you can continue to go all the way down, then slowly do. But once you get to your own point, just allow yourself to hang there for a moment. And then when you're ready to come back up, squeeze the bum. Keep the stomach tucked in. Slowly rolling your spine back up until it is straight. Shoulders roll back. Head comes up. And then we're going to do another one. So chin to chest. Roll the shoulders forwards. Keep the chin on the chest. Keep the tummy tucked in. Legs straight. Let the arms really hang loose in front of you. Nice deep breath in on the hang. And an out breath as well. Slowly rolling yourself back up. Shoulders roll back, head comes up. And then take yourself down onto the floor. So just continuing with that theme of stretching. If you was able to go down, it probably took it into the hamstrings a little bit, which is the big muscle at the back of your leg. So what we want to do now is stretch that. We're going to keep the leg nice and straight. And you're just going to walk your hands towards your toes. If you want to lengthen that stretch at all, we call it a hurdler's stretch. So we just take this leg back behind us and then we slowly go down towards the toes. So long as you're feeling this in the back of your leg, then you're doing it correctly. Make sure it's not painful though. Stretching should never be painful. We say this every night. You might feel light sort of discomfort, a little bit uncomfortable as you stretch, but definitely no pain. And then slowly walk yourself back up and change to stretch the other leg. So the other leg is straight out in front of you. And so you can either have the other leg bent, sole of your foot into the straight leg, and just slowly walking your hands forward. If you are able to touch your toes, then pull them towards you. If you can't, that doesn't matter. Just flex your toes towards you. Make sure your heel and your knee stays on the floor, the back of your knee. Nice deep breath in, and on the out breath, you should be able to sink into the stretch a little bit more. And then both legs out in front together. Keeping your legs straight, just going down again. Keep your chin tucked into your chest to help feel it a little bit more. Really try and let your shoulders and your arms relax. Good. Give them a little shake. Okay, and then we're going to go into the groin stretch. Now, this is a regular one we've done, so your legs are as wide apart as you feel comfortable with, and then let your hands walk out in front, making sure you keep your heels flat on the floor, toes pointing up to the ceiling. For those that join us regularly for the stretching, you should really be able to feel now that you can reach out a lot further than you could at the start of this, back on the 4th of Jan. Slowly walking it back up and then taking your hands down one leg. I start to feel this now in the side, my back as well. I can still feel it in my groin, but I can also now feel it as we go to the side. I get a little bit of a back stretch as well. And then slowly coming up and slowly down to the other side. Good. Okay, give your legs a little shake off. And we're going to come into our bent leg sitting position. And we're just going to slowly let ourselves roll back. Now we're going to start with some bridges. So your feet are flat on the floor, your knees are bent, hands just down by the side, flat on the floor. And all we want you to do is just tilt your pelvis and slowly peel your spine off the floor as much as you can, so that it's just your shoulders and your head and your feet left on the floor. And then slowly lower it back down again, tilting the pelvis as you come back. And then same again, just tilt your pelvis, squeeze the bum cheeks together, and just raise the bum off the floor. And all we're doing here is just trying to get a little bit of lower back mobility, hip mobility, just a bit of movement all around this massive hip joint that we have. And just continue that as a nice, smooth, fluid movement. Last one. Good. Now, keeping your knees bent, bring them together. Arms now out to the side. And all you're going to do is let your knees drop to the floor and allow your head to roll the opposite way. So you should now feel a nice stretch all the way down the side of your back. Then roll your knees back to the middle and then let them roll to the other side as you take your head the opposite direction. Nice deep breath in and out when you get there. If your knees don't go all the way to the floor, not a problem at all. You literally just allow them to roll to wherever you feel you can get a stretch down the side of your back. And then just keep that as a nice fluid movement each side. Okay, good. Now, for those of you that can, bring both knees in and just feel like you can have a little roll and a stretch. If you don't bring both legs in, not a problem. Just do one leg at a time. Just pull the knee in towards your chest. If you've got a hand towel or anything, you can use that, wrap that around your shin or your knee and just use it to pull your knee in towards your body. If you're doing both legs at a time, then just rolling out that lower back. And then lying on your side with your legs straight. We're just going to do a few leg raises. So whilst your legs are straight, you should be able to see your toes. And keeping the legs straight, you're just going to raise it up a little bit. Don't let your feet touch. So keep the legs suspended in the air as you raise it up and down. Legs stay straight. Small little movements. We're not coming up too far. We're just doing this for 30 seconds. Last few seconds. Good. Now, grab your foot and bring it up for a quad stretch. If you need to grab a towel or grab hold of the bottom of your trousers, then do that. Anything just to help you bring in your heel towards your bum. You might also find that you might want to lie on your front to do this as well. Whichever is more comfortable for you. And then you're going to turn over or roll over so that you can work the other leg. You're lying on your side and just smoothly and slowly, whilst keeping your legs straight, just moving it up and down. Opening out that hip joint, getting the butt working as well. And then same again, quad stretch, bringing that foot up behind you and just stretching out your quad muscle, which is the big muscle on the front of your thigh. Try and keep your knees together and push your hips forwards just to accentuate that stretch a little bit. Good. Relax it off. Now we're just going to stretch out the glutes and the bum as well. There's 3 different ways you can do this. The most common way is one leg out straight in front of you. Cross the other leg over, opposite hand to knee, and pull it into your body. And you're looking to feel the stretch from the bum up towards your knee. The other way that you can do it is by bending the bottom leg up and then pushing this knee away as it's crossed over. And the other way that you can do it is by lying back. Same thing, one leg is up. I find it easier to put a foot up against a chair or wall, my sofa. And if you are in this position, if you are laying with it, try and push your bum to the floor, and that will lengthen the stretch a little bit. And then when you're ready, changing
So it's level one leg out, cross over, opposite hand to the knee, and pull it into your body. We'll say level 2 is bending that bottom leg and then pushing this crossed over knee away from you. Level 3 is just lying back with your foot up, cross the leg over and still pushing this knee away from you. And you should be feeling the stretch, as I said, down the side of your leg from the butt to your knee. Okay, good. Now we're just going to go into our back stretches. So onto hands and knees, rounding the shoulders off, push them up towards the ceiling, and then let your stomach drop to the floor, stick your bum out. Rounding the back off, really push your shoulder blades up towards the ceiling, tucking the tummy in, and then let it hang down, bum sticks out, head comes up. Same again. Just really trying to get the movement going in the spine again. Now that we've stretched out our legs, you should feel that your back might feel a little bit looser and easier as you do these mobility exercises. Okay, take one hand out and up to the ceiling and look at it as well, just to get a nice stretch opening out the chest and down the back. And then as you come round, thread it in between your knee and your hand and allow your shoulders and your head to drop to the floor. And as you breathe, just relax into the stretch. Then coming up, and same again on the other side. So hand comes out and up to the ceiling, and you turn to look at the ceiling as well. And then you thread your arm through in between your other arm and the knee and let yourself drop to the floor. Nice deep breath in, exhale through the mouth. Good. If you can, just sit back onto your legs. And then we're just going to come up to a standing position, just to do a couple more things standing up before we finish tonight. So once you do stand up, just give yourselves a bit of a shake. And we're just going to practice a bit of balancing tonight. And we're going to do this via stretching out the ankles. So bringing your leg up in front of you and just doing some ankle rotations. Now, ideally, you're going to do this on one leg balanced. If you need to, have one hand touching a chair or a table or something just to keep your balance. But just rotating the ankle as you balance on the other leg and then changing. Now, if you're struggling to balance, it means that your supporting and your stabilizing muscles, what we call your proprioception, isn't too good. And that affects everything. It can affect your posture as you walk. It can mean that you're more liable to fall over. So balancing is something that you should be able to do fairly easy. And if you can't, I would recommend that throughout the day, you take a moment just to balance on one leg. Ideally, you want to be about 30 seconds on one leg. If you find that easy, start to move your arms and your other leg around whilst you balance to challenge yourself. And if you find that really easy, then your next level is to take it until your eyes are shut. And that will really flow you off balance. So if you can't do that, then that's definitely something to practice throughout the day. And as we finish tonight, arms up to the ceiling, nice big stretch. Careful you don't touch the ceiling. You're so lengthened and stretched out now. Hands in front. And clap yourselves for doing so well on this Wednesday evening tonight. Miserable weather out there. Rubbish January. Rubbish lockdown. But we're getting through it. Well done, everybody. Thanks for joining. Mum, Dad, Shah, Debs, John, and anybody else that might have logged on. Hope you're feeling all right. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.